sis, I need you to zoom out just a little bit. Because right now, you are not seeing the right details. If you zoomed out, you would see he's not far away. It took me a second to see it, because when they found Ryan Foster's body, he was like, watch her do her magic, gentlemen. It was almost like he was respecting her gangster. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that he would sit back and just watch her do her thing. But as the season progressed, I said, this guy's playing in her face. The main reason is because he works for Prater and he's helping him out. And that became more clear after episode 6. After Mia went out like that, just as they were getting ready to meet her with Angel, I said, oh yeah, this is our guy. In that same episode, Prater said that he had law enforcement connections, including the FBI. And we don't know how far that goes up. But we do know he can reach somebody in the correctional facilities. And if he is in fact the New York Ripper, as people are suspecting, Detective Oliva is in the best spot to help him. Because he has the inside track to deter any investigation. He could pass on any information to Prater that he needs to, and no one would be the wiser. And when the news broke of Ryan Foster's passing, he was there firsthand. So he probably either passed that information up to Prater, or Prater just saw the news story and said, hey, keep an eye on this for me, just in case it's something that I want. And based on his collection habits, I'm sure he's obsessed with the details of the people that he has in that museum. So he's probably thinking, either this is a copycat or the real Bay Harbor Butcher is here. Now, at first I thought maybe Prater knew exactly who Dexter was, but then Dexter showed up wearing Red's thumbprint and pretended to be the dark passenger. So part of me thinks that he actually didn't know who Dexter was. But now with the sudden disappearance of a couple other people in the group, as well as Batista showing Dexter's photo to the detectives this last episode, oh yeah, he knows exactly who Dexter is now. Which is why Mia had to go. Because if she positively IDs Dexter, the next thing they'll ask about is Ryan Foster and how she ended up with his watch. Seeing how passionate she is and how she has this lust for blood, I could see her spilling the beans to a certain extent, especially because she told Dexter she remembers every experience attached to each trophy. So when it comes to that watch that she has no attachment to, she probably would have said, I have no clue what this is. I didn't do that one. Which would have put the crosshairs right back on Harrison. They're still looking at him as a suspect, but that would have definitely put him in the crosshairs even more. So going back to Detective Oliva, I'm looking at when he told her to stop obsessing over the Ryan Foster case. And he said, I don't want you to go down the same path that you did with the New York Ripper. I wouldn't be surprised if he hid information from her on that one. But when you're talking about this case with Ryan Foster, she is very much so on it. She's being very thorough. She's following all the necessary leads. She's putting all the pieces together. And what is Detective Oliva doing? Casting doubt. Because as they were looking through Mia's Airbnb, they conveniently found the watch and the cleaning solution. And even if they didn't find the watch, they found out of her other trophies from different kills. So Mia was already cooked. And if he truly works for Prater, Prater said don't let her leave or talk. That's probably why he tried to attack the credibility of Mia's last victim. Because if they do count him as a credible witness, the statement about him being her first kill in New York, it exonerates her of that crime and keeps the Ryan Foster case open. Yeah, he got knocked out. However, when he came to, he heard and saw everything clearly. And Detective Wallace was like, okay, let's look into that. But Detective Oliva was like, well, I don't know if we can really rely on him because he had trauma. So I'm trying to figure out, why does he keep doing this? I know people say, oh, you playing devil's advocate, but the devil that he's advocating for could be Prater. And Prater loves serial killers. So it's convenient that he works in homicide and he can let people just go scot-free and then they can join Prater pals. So when Angel shows up and divulges that information about Dexter and Harrison, it adds a whole new wrinkle to this situation. Because who knows what's going through Prater's mind. Prater might be like, hold up, I can get the Bay Harbor Butcher and his son? He might be thinking, oh, I can get the dynamic duo. Not realizing that Harrison wants no parts of that. He might have to go holler at Prater anyway, because Prater actually did him a solid by taking out Mia. This might cause friction between Dexter and Prater because Dexter is trying to keep Harrison out of all of this. But rich people generally get what they want. And what I see happening with the detectives is either Angel or Detective Wallace will catch Detective Oliva doing something illegal. And they'll probably do that thing that I hate where somebody will confront a person, but they'll confront them behind closed doors in a place where they can actually do something to you. Baby, do it at McDonald's or somewhere where the public will see you. I doubt they'll do it in public and somebody's going to have to go. I'm thinking it's going to be either Detective Wallace or Oliva. I don't think anything is going to happen to Batista right now. And that's where I'll stop. So what do y'all think? Do you think there's some validity to what I'm saying? Or am I off base? Let me know some details that you might have picked up. Go ahead and drop a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I drop new content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.